So I want to welcome you to the U.S. Veterans Magazine, and I want to congratulate the Golden Gate University for being a top veteran-friendly school. And I'm here with Michael Horn. Thank you so much for joining us today. And Michael, please tell us about yourself, a little bit about yourself, your role, and some of the duties at Golden Gate University.
Well, thank you so much for having me as a guest. I'm delighted to be celebrating all of the service members and the veterans who I have the good fortune of interacting with, including my father, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law, and all of the family members. But what always particularly impresses me is being in classrooms with veterans. So as the leader of Golden Gate University's programs in human resources management and in leadership, I have the great opportunity to interact with a lot of veterans who just blend in so well with all of our other students, our international students, our domestic students, our other domestic students.
Excellent. I think there's Kelly Arts is also joining us today. Is that correct?
I'm just admitting all, I think.
Yes.
There we go.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you, Kelly?
Good. I'm going to be in the background. I see you're already recording, so I'll dip out, but I'm here if you need me.
Great,
All right.
thank you so much.
We won't be able to take you out, I believe. Let me see here if we can. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, we can edit this too. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo.
Okay. So let me go ahead and ask you another quick question. We'll end with that one. So besides working with so many student veterans at Golden Gate University, do you have a personal connection to the military? You had mentioned your family. Is there anything?
Oh, sure. Of course, personal connections. Certainly my father, who was a World War II veteran, who had an interesting, part of his history in World War II. He was a pilot, and his plane was shot down over Germany, and it landed in Switzerland, where he became a prisoner of war for the remainder of World War II. And there's a group of men talks about so I think there are a couple books on these guys.
That's
so certainly my dad.
Connection.
Yeah, my father-in-law was in the Battle of the Bulge. My brother-in-law, unfortunately, who recently passed away, was a 20-plus year Air Force veteran, and was working at Wright-Patterson when he just passed away. So yes, and those influences run deep, and they're so personal.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the most fulfilling part of your job? And I do want to hear a little bit about your podcast too. So you got to kind of squeeze that in there. We're going to make time for this.
Well, the most fulfilling part of the job, of course, is achievement. Just as we were talking about my connections, my familial connections with the service, with the Armed Forces of the United States, I think, one of the greatest joys I get as a teacher, as a program director, is achievement. My dad went to school on the GI Bill. He never finished. He always thought he was smarter than the professors. But I think it's this, achievement orientation, and seeing the men and women and others who, make it into our classrooms with lots of responsibilities on their plate. It's great to see achievement.
Absolutely. Is there any particular or an example of a rewarding experience that you've had while working with the veterans at the school?
Well, I wish I could name just one, but there are, of course, many. And most recently, I think about a gentleman, and I'm sorry, I can't remember his complete name. He was in our graduating class last year. He was a student in one of my leadership courses, and to see what he's done with his military career and since the military, and to be in a classroom with him and I think there was one other military student in that classroom. It's just great to see the teamwork, the collegiality, and all that those folks can bring into the classroom with other students.
Absolutely. I can only imagine when you see a veteran come in, then they graduate and they become successful. They might even mention the school. It's such a fantastic feeling, and it's so rewarding.
So
You know,
rewarding.
I know that there are many, and I know that there's many reasons why you were selected as the top veteran-friendly school by the U.S. Veterans Magazine. And how has this recognition impacted the veteran community at Golden Gate University?
Well, what I always love is to seeing the different groups of our students come together, whether it's in our clubs, many of our student clubs, and as the head of our HR program, I'm excited that we're going to be launching a student chapter of the Society for Human Resources Management
Oh,
in the
excellent.
coming weeks, and that's always a great pathway for the
Mhm.
many veterans who are interested in, continuing their work with people and personnel and bringing all their lessons to bear from the military. So I think it shows up in all of the different interest groups we have around the campus, women in technology. Um, that I think our veterans create that certain esprit de corps at our
Mhm.
campus, which I really love seeing in the many varieties, in which we offer education.
Yeah, I think that when a veteran sees that you are a top veteran-friendly school, they know that there are programs or there are individuals and leaders and faculty that are there to assist them and guide them, and that it produces successful students. Um, and
Well,
I
I
wanted
think
to.
one thing that you'll find about Golden Gate University that really distinguishes us is that we are a university for working adults that grew out of our tradition. And you get to work with a faculty that is experienced in their field, that's working, that's contributing in their field. So you gain that real world theory and application, which I think so many of our students, particularly our veterans, who have dealt
Mhm.
with, really difficult situations. They like that candor. They like that experience that our faculty and the environment that we create at Golden Gate University to see that happen.
So besides the experience that the faculty brings, why should a veteran pursue a graduate degree from Golden Gate University?
Well, I think first, because of the recognition that we've been extended, we are a welcoming community. As I mentioned earlier, our value around inclusivity and belonging as a university, and really bringing innovative approaches in education to meet our students. We're a 100-plus-year-old brand. Not many, organizations get to that point. And I think we're, through our services at the Diller Center for veterans and through our faculty that's committed to student success and to student achievement, this is a good reason to consider Golden Gate University. I think, bringing in much of the experience of our veteran students is that we really attempt to um, think globally and practice locally. We benefit from our location in San Francisco for so many
Absolutely.
reasons, and we try to make that a central part of our story and theme for folks so that they can leverage it. Given the worldwide and global experience of many in our military community, it's so great to have that interaction in San Francisco.
What do you think are some of the top benefits of attending the university as a veteran? Let's say you were going to count some out. What would you think would be the top benefits?
Well, if I think about the top three benefits, if I
Hmm.
was a veteran to
Right.
attend Golden Gate University, I would again just re-emphasizing the sense of belonging, that you will feel welcome at Golden Gate, um, you'll be part of a learning community of working adults, people bringing in real world experience. So it's that sense of belonging, that sense of community, that sense of distinction that you can have knowing that there are others in similar situations to you who are on this pathway. I think the second thing is our education, is the quality of our education. Um, Having the benefit of working with experienced practitioners, experienced faculty who bring that connection to the community, it certainly makes Golden Gate distinctive and probably contributes to our ranking. And then I think the third thing is our location. We offer a unique location that appeals to many veterans, and certainly, enhances that as part of what we're able to offer back to the world. We think about the Golden Gate Bridge. We're a bridge
Yeah.
to a lot of other pathways for our military students.
And location, location, location. That's always.
Yeah.
So how do you support the veterans in achieving their academic and career goals? So let's say they're about to graduate. What type of support do you have for them?
Well, certainly the support through our Diller Center, our Veteran Services. Secondly, through our Career Center. And we have many of our programs and courses and academic disciplines offer internships, offer a way to connect back with the world of work. Certainly, I know that in our human resources programs, those provide great pathways for students to continue to pursue their interest once they've obtained their degree.
See, and I think that is so important because that kind of pushes out and supports them to success. It's not
Yes.
just onboarding, it's not just, but it's like full circle to where you onboard and you finish, you go the full circle and then find the job. And that's something
And we
that,
look to stay engaged with our alumni long beyond that.
see, I love to hear that because
Yeah.
I think that is so important. And I think a lot of veterans end up coming back just to hear that, if they
Yeah.
want to continue their education as well. Is there anything else about yourself or the program, your team, or the school that you want to share with our readers that we haven't really touched on? Is there anything else you'd like to mention?
I think one of the things that learners will find at Golden Gate, and I believe this, our military and veteran students will be particularly appreciative of this, is collegiality. You're not going to get lost at Golden Gate University. We're interested in you. We're interested in your, not only your educational experience, but in your success. So I think that's one of the things I wanted to emphasize was our collegiality, the ability to create this peer learning across the university, regardless of background, and to be very included in a sense of belonging, in fulfillment of really directing the significance of your career in life.
Excellent, outstanding. And the final question is, and you can pick which one. Are there any do's and don'ts that you want to share or a motto that you have that you want to share with our readers?
Yes, I do, and it's don't hesitate. Don't hesitate when it comes to your education. The months click by, the years click by, dreams get deferred. Doesn't mean that you can return to
Love it.
education at any point. But getting engaged, investing in your professional development brings long-term career advantages. So I'd say don't delay because you want to accentuate those over time. And I think that's what you'll find that orientation at Golden Gate.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you so
Michael
much,
Horn.
Mona.
I agree. Don't hesitate, and don't hesitate to check out Golden Gate University and what they have to offer. And I appreciate your time and congratulate you again for being a top veteran-friendly school. And we'll keep our eye on you and see how much growth you guys have.
Thank you. I've really
Excellent.
appreciated it. Thank you again.
All right. Take care. All right. God bless.